Who doesn't love Trenton? The beautiful state capital of New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey, the state capital where...
Wait, Trenton, Florida? What even is that? And Trenton, New Jersey's like totally not beautiful or anything. That's a total lie. Well, if you travel a little under an hour west of Gainesville where the Florida Gators play, you will find the little podunk town of Trenton, Florida, home to just over 2,000 people. You wouldn't think anyone famous has ever come from there, and there's not really a whole lot going on. But that's where you'd be wrong, because that's where our university sits. Trenton State University. And also unbelievably, it's the hometown of Wyatt Langford, former top 5 prospect in baseball, but he dominated through college baseball at the University of Florida after choosing to go there over our very own Trenton State. I've got beef, and that's why Florida will be our biggest rival for this series. They will be on the schedule every year, and hopefully we'll be able to take them down. With College Football 25 coming out, we saw the return of Team Builder, and that means starting my main dynasty. Team Builder is going to be the Trenton State Titans. Of course, as a New Jersey kid, Trenton State is the former name of what is now TCNJ, the College of New Jersey, so I took inspiration from that. But what am I going to do? Build up a whole storyline to finally take down Rutgers? I don't think so. Not super exciting. So we moved it down to Florida. There is a Trenton, Florida in the shadow of Gainesville, as I may have said in the intro. And that's who we have beef with, the Gators. But it's also not super far from FSU. We'll probably play Miami several times in this series. I'm super excited to get started. It's very ECU inspired as well. I think their color palette is awesome with the purple and the yellow. And it's impossible not to draw comparisons to like any team that's going to feature these colors. It's purple and yellow, right? So you're going to have comparisons to LSU and ECU and maybe even James Madison to some level. But I will tell you, the main uniform is heavily inspired by an ECU alternate, and I just think it looks amazing. What doesn't look amazing is this team. It is the worst roster in college football. We replaced Kennesaw State. Unfortunately, in Team Builder, you can't just jump in and join a conference. You have to replace a team, and we've replaced Kennesaw State. They were the worst team in college football until we popped in. We're even lower overall than they are. 67 overall to be exact, 66 offense and 69 defense. Nice, but also not nice. We are a one-star school, and our quarterback is terrible. Our backup quarterback is somehow even worse. This team is just abysmal, and you'll unfortunately have the displeasure of meeting them over the course of this first season and series. And I'm not going to introduce you to everyone, because there are freshmen and sophomore and even seniors on this team that I hope will not ever be on this team. We need to recruit well immediately, but recruiting as a one-star school is going to prove to be fairly difficult. Brendan Pierce is not the guy. His name's Brian, but he's so useless I don't even bother to learn his name. But I did go through the painstaking process of changing every single name here in this file, so it's not the same as every other cupcake preset you're going to see within the Team Builder. So I've changed every single name. I did it based off of a recruiting class from a different Dynasty save that I'm not going to use, and then we just changed the names to make sense. I don't want to have a white corner named D'Angelo. Just not going to do it. So had to go through, make sure everything made sense, and that's where we are. The team is bad. Our star player is senior receiver Devin Bibbs. So even the best player on this team will not be here next season. That's the trouble with this squad, is the best players are typically going to be graduating within a year or two, and there's not really a lot to look forward to, which is why we need to build this group up. Our best player is a punter, which I guess makes sense for me, best punter on YouTube. I can't play offense. If you're looking for a pro player in this series, you're not going to find one. I can't play defense. Apparently nobody can in College Football 25. But I'll tell you one thing that I can do better than anybody else is I can give the ball back to the other team. That's often in the form of punts, interceptions. I got a diverse play style of giving the football to the other team. You'll see. But I am just super excited to be doing a Team Builder Dynasty again. And I'll tell you what, if we're going to play an FCS school, I'll tell you what, props to Drew, not the expert. He got his UGF Pandas in the game. And he also told me that Trenton, Florida was even a place looking for it. Otherwise, maybe it would have been in New Jersey. But we're not playing the Pandas. We're going to, of course, play my team, the Riverside Royals, the last Team Builder Dynasty I did. EA actually put into the game. Incredible. I still can't even believe it. And they're probably going to whoop our ass here in Week 5. So, not exactly stoked for that. But apparently the FCS schools are giving everybody problems. And I'm sure that's going to happen as well. And you can see, actually, Titan Field is in Trenton, Alabama. No, it isn't. It's Florida. Dude, I'm telling you. Team Builder's a little broken still. But it is what it is. There are a ton of bugs with Team Builder. And, I mean, I will say it's better than nothing, obviously. But there are still a ton of bugs. I think they forced it out a little bit too early for where they were with it. Which they needed to just be further ahead. That's the reality. But, yeah, the team's terrible. School rankings are just from Kennesaw State. So, yeah, they're all awful. We're going to have a lot of work to do if we're going to be even somewhat good. The difficulty will be Heisman default for now. If it becomes too easy at some point, yes, of course, like usual, we'll change it to make it more challenging. The entire reason you guys like watching these videos for me is because I struggle, I rage, and you guys don't like seeing me be happy. So I like to give you what you want, and I'll cry on camera for the right amount of subscribers, I guess. So all of Conference USA matchups are pretty much locked down the board here. We don't really have a ton of flexibility if we're going to change the schedule very much, but what we are going to do every single year is have a matchup with the Florida Gators. That is our main rival. That's who we're going to play. It's so weird seeing them be only ranked as a 3.5-star school. I mean, the Gators are obviously a blue blood of college football. I know they're not, like, amazing right now, and that's actually being a bit nice. They're not actually very good. I'd be shocked if they performed in the SEC this year. I know they recruited in DJ Lagway and a number of really good receivers. Like, they continue to recruit fairly well, but it just seems like they're in a bit more of a building period under Billy Napier. So maybe if there was ever a time to upset them after going 6-7 in 2023, it might be this year. We're going to play them in Week 2. That's going to be a disaster. But that's going to be the schedule. And of course, before starting recruiting, we want to go into coach skills here. And we're going to start with looking at quarterbacks. I mean, the foundation of any football team really is the quarterback. Maybe not the foundation is not the right way, but especially in college football, that's the game-changing position. In the NFL too, but you can get by with, you know, a lesser quarterback if the rest of the team, the offensive scheme is so stacked. But regardless of that, quarterback's super important. No one would disagree. We want to get quarterbacks scouted first and foremost, and you're going to see everybody with even marginal interest in us is just awful. Now, I will say, I might try and pursue a 5-star if I think we can get them, which we're probably not going to be able to. But I'm going to try, especially, like, if we can pull somebody out of Florida, that's where we're supposed to be, even though that pipeline's not developed yet. You can actually change your pipeline, but you can see Coach Dangus here. I picked South Florida, and we are central in Gainesville. But, you know, I wanted to bring a pipeline that was a little bit farther away, but still not far at all. So we can add a 5-star. You know, Dion got Jackson, or Travis Hunter to Jackson State. Are we going to be able to do that? No. But it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, it does actually a little bit. But, yeah, quarterback, we're mainly going to try and find, like, a 3-star gem. But I will try to get a 4-star or 2 this first year. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try. There's an Ajira Tutu in this class. You guys remember Seiya Ajira Tutu? Had like a big game with the Chargers, and that was kind of it for his whole career. Now, there is actually a 3-star quarterback with interest in us. We're already a top 4 school here. Mario Colbert, only 5'11", 194, but you'd hope has pretty electric speed. That's definitely somebody we want. Okay, maybe stay away from him. I do like the idea of Moses Butts. I'll tell you what, we're going to populate this board. I've added 9 quarterbacks already. We really shouldn't pursue all of them, but I do want to find out, you know, who the difference maker can be. I'm not going to show you all of the recruiting just because it's going to get somewhat monotonous, but I do think it's interesting that a 4-star quarterback ranked top 300 in the nation has their top school pursuing them being North Texas. I mean, Oklahoma's in there, TCU, Baylor, but North Texas is number 1. Air Force is a top 3 school. But I'm hoping to find some gems and hoping to find the first real difference maker to add to our recruiting class. Ooh, what? How is this a bust? Henry Streeter from St. Pete, not even that far away. I mean, a little bit. Florida is actually an incredibly long state, if you didn't know. He's got great accuracy, 95 throw power, 94 speed, 95 acceleration. I don't care if he's busting. Well, I don't care about it, whatever, right? This is a guy we definitely want. But the Gators might be going after him. Look at the top 3 schools are basically our main 3 big-time rivals. And then beyond that, it's Florida International, USF, FAU, UCF. Do you think this guy wants to stay in Florida? They're all pursuing him in an insane way. But this would be a really, really big recruit to get. Hopefully he's under-recruited by those top schools and we can swoop in and grab him. Because that would be really, really nice. Another bust with 90-plus speed at QB and good accuracy. Bainavalu, again, another guy I probably just want. There's a gem. Moses Butts, parting the Red Sea and bringing the green gem that shows that he is an unbelievable talent. Does look pretty good, but not as good as the busts, in my opinion. Butts doesn't make me bust the way the other busts. Well, hold on. Oh, there are literally no players in the entire nation that have us as a top school. Or even a top 3. I mean, I get that we're new. But that feels brutal. I'll tell you, even just an outside linebacker that can run a little bit, it makes me a little bit interested. Because getting a guy outside the top 3,000 recruits or prospects that has 82 speed at linebacker, that's not terrible. I think this tight end is going to be awesome. Tyler Branham from Decatur, Georgia, 85 speed, 83 spectacular catch, 83 catching, 88 agility. This is a true receiving tight end. We're almost going to have no shot to get him probably. It's just tough. When you go after good players, the good schools want good players. So that can create challenges. And you'll learn more about the prospects and the recruits as we go through this. You know, week 1 is just kind of adding these guys to our board, setting up the dynasty, and we're going to pop into game 1, and let's be honest, we're going to see how badly this goes. Week 1 is never a good time to be me, so it'll be interesting. All right, hopefully the quarterbacks I'm going after are being under-recruited, please. So, offers from South Carolina and NC State for J.D. Lacombo tells me it's going to be an uphill battle on him, that's for sure. No offers on Henry Streeter. He's a quarterback that's ranked number 60 at his position. Not really getting any offers right now. So we're definitely going to try and stay in that battle. And then Moses Butts has no offers, period. Okay. That's going to be our window. Okay, hold on. George Uwazuke. That's going to be an interesting name to say. Ooh. 90 speed. Only 85 throw power. He might be a gem. I'll give him a scholarship offer because he's the number 151st ranked quarterback. Number 151. So, South Carolina, App State, Marshall, these guys might not be recruiting him that hard. This just could be somebody that we get if we just offer a scholarship and then maybe even throw 5 points down. Could be a good backup or good backup option at the very least. But I definitely wouldn't mind taking multiple quarterbacks in this class. I really do like the look of Bainavalu. Just don't really think we're going to be able to be in that race. I'll leave him on the board. But the 2 quarterbacks I'm pursuing the most are going to be Moses Butts and Henry Streeter, no question. Tyler Branham, no offer so far. I mean, being recruited by Georgia and Tennessee and Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Florida State, these are big-time schools, but this is a big-time player. I think it's worth pursuing. So many busts that actually look good. This is why it's so confusing. I rarely see any corners with 90 speed. I feel like I've shown too much recruiting, though. I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera, and then we're gonna pop in and probably get murdered in game 1. Well, we've been locked out on a lot of the top recruits we're going after. Okay, our first game, we are taking on the UTSA Roadrunners at UTSA. They are an 83 overall team. We unfortunately are not comparable. And if I thought anyone that we'd play this year would be comparable, I thought UTSA. Now, I know they're on the rise. They've got some good players. Jeff Traylor's done a good job over there. However, man, that seems like a higher overall. When, like, I don't know, Texas is like an 88, I feel like, or something close. No, Texas might be in the 90s for year one. But these are the away uniforms. You'll see them in game. I really like the way the uniforms came out. And hopefully you guys do as well. Again, very ECU inspired. But as you'll see, we got a lot of combos that are not. Our blackout uniforms, I think, look incredible. But we're not going to debut those on the road at UTSA. So, rocking with the away uniforms. We're going to keep it simple for a little while. And the UTSA Roadrunners will take the field. They are rated very well. This I think is going to go actually quite poorly. And for the first time, your Trenton State Titans will take the field and hopefully put up at least a decent fight against UTSA. If you've watched my channel before, you know that's not going to happen. But we're certainly going to try our best. Kick is off, and the Trenton State era is officially underway. And what a kick, might I add. No return. Got to watch out for star receiver DeCorian Clark. And we'll see what our defense is capable of. Again, you guys are going to meet these players as they hopefully make plays. UTSA trying for a little bit of a screen there. They end up getting 6 yards. And here's 2nd and 4. Going to be play action and then a dink out to the flat. Tight end gets it. First down UTSA. And it seems like they're going to have their foot on the gas. Is this going to be full hurry up the entire game? It's another type of RPO screen, I would say. And it's 5 yards for the Roadrunners, really living up to that nickname. These guys are flying here on offense. I think this is going to have to be a team that we press. If they're going to go with a lot of these RPO screens, we just don't have the athletes. I mean, we don't have the athletes at all. Still on his feet is Kavorian Barnes. It is a 28-yard scamper where he threw off a number of Titan defenders. We might end up living in the top right here with the face cam so you guys can at least see the scoreboard. Although I think it's going to remain close to 0 for most of this one for us. And finally, a nice play. Mafe comes up, brings down Barnes for a short loss, and we've actually forced a 3rd down. We're, of course, going to press. This could be a run. Definitely have to be aware of that. Can we pinch our D-line here? Probably would have been nice. Barnes looking to redirect and can't. Nice tackle made by Lanier. That's Malik Lanier. And we will actually force a field goal try. I thought for sure UTSA would end up with 6. But they're only going to settle for a chance at 3. And they drill it. UTSA on the board first. But little bend but don't break action from the Trenton State Titans. That could have been a lot worse. And here is the kick. Davis back to return. We're going to try it. We're going to see if we can't get a block or 2. Or 3 would even be better. 4 maybe even better than that. And you can see there are our impact players. It's Malik Lanier on defense, senior corner, and it's Devin Bibbs on offense. He's got decent enough speed, but nothing insane. As Brian Pierce will try and lead this squad to their first ever victory. We're going to get guys in motion pretty regularly. And that's going to be intercepted on the first pass. Ball needs to come out a bit early. Welcome to the series, dude. Is it a surprise? We had a defender in our face. I'm like, let's just try and get rid of it. Should have just taken the sack. Because what is that? Welcome to the series. Za Frazier's his name. Well, he read that pretty well. Maybe not off the Za, I don't know. Well, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing if we can hold them to a field goal here. Still would be a 1-possession game. Although I find that unlikely. And again, we just don't have the athletes. That's going to be apparent against pretty much everybody that we play. Robert Henry carries inside the 5. And of course, this is the son of Josh McCown. Little RPO screen again, little bubble from the tight end. We are all over it. Joey Mafe already 2 TFLs in this one. Maybe he's going to be our star defensive player. Which again, might not be saying much. Corey Cushing trying to wrap up. But of course, look who it is. Mafe again. 3rd and goal. We're going to pinch our D-line and then get over here. Trying to cover it. Can't get over in time. Trying to disguise coverage. But Cardenas just kind of leaks out there. Runs a quick out. And it's an easy touchdown. So, not the best start for your Trenton State Titans. Could be worse, I guess. But not by a whole lot. The only real worst scenario is 14-0, and it's 10-0, which is pretty comparable. Our best player is Devin Bibbs. We need to get the football in his hands. He's going to come in motion, a little jet touch pass. We do get a block from the running back, and Devin Bibbs with the longest gain in Trenton State history. It's 2 yards. Electric stuff. And that's why we have the T with the bolt, because this is an electric offense. Gonna try a screen here, and look at Battles! Off to the races! Nice catch and run from our running back, Rayshawn Battles. And we actually, if you watch Riverside, year 1, our running back was Trey Battle. No relation, it's not the same name. But it is an interesting coincidence. And we are running the Texas offense, so you're gonna see a lot of motion, a lot of jet motion, a lot of misdirection, a lot of screens working. We are going to try and just scheme players open rather than having the players make individually great plays. They're not individually great players, and we are stopped on 4th and short. A wide receiver screen feels a little dicey. I'm going to opt to go a different way. I think we just hand the ball off again and say, you know what, we're going to get it this time. James Ableton in the backfield. He's got decent enough speed, but he's going to need decent enough power here, and he's not going to get it. Unblocked off the edge. UTSA with the stop. Okay. Although it is 3rd and 5, I think we can safely pass commit here. Do have to be aware of this running back. He's going to stay in the block. It's a slant, and it is caught. Easy first down for the Roadrunners. It's going to be tough to play man coverage because we're not athletic enough. And it's going to be tough to play zone coverage because we're also not athletic enough. That's going to be the trend there. Throwing deep! And I'm on the safety. I tried to switch to the corner. It wouldn't have mattered. It's a touchdown, UTSA. And yeah, not a shock that this is the guy doing it. Is that Decorian Clark? Yeah, sick male cheerleader. I'll tell you what. If I could really customize things, no male cheerleaders at Trenton State. Unfortunately, not an option. UTSA just has the one. That's interesting. I'm going crazy already. Decorian Clark touchdown. 45 yards. It's going to be 17-0 Roadrunners as they are running away with this lead and the victory. Well, not a great first quarter. I think we can all admit that. But the offense was starting to look okay. It was just we tried to run the ball back-to-back times, and it didn't work. On 3rd and inches, we can't convert. And then on 4th and inches, we also can't convert. We're not strong enough. But do you really want to go misdirection in that spot? As Devin Bibbs gets 7. The jet touch pass will be my best friend, I think. Unfortunately, Devin Bibbs doesn't have exactly electric speed, which could make things difficult, you know, if we want to just get the ball in his hands. But that's going to be wide open. It's Devin Bibbs across the middle of the field. And the offense could be moving again. Again, it's going to be a lot of misdirection, a lot of trying to scheme guys open, putting defenders in conflict, because we just don't have the best athletes. Try to check down, and sometimes someone's going to have to make an individual play, like making somebody miss in space. Unfortunately, does not happen on that occasion. Kiernan's going to come in motion. Battles will end up crossing to the flat, but we could throw this. Yeah, tried to. 3rd and 10. They might end up blitzing 4 here. A 4-man rush is not unusual, but I'm trying to decide whether I want to leave in Battles to block. I don't think so because Edmond is on a block and release, Zach Edmond, and we're just going to kind of check down to our running back there. I was trying to play for 4-down territory. The pass is dropped. I'm not saying it's an easy catch, but the pass was dropped. And of course, we'll have to punt. And this is what you're all here for anyway. Didn't exactly nail the accuracy, but we pin him inside the 20. Not really a pin, but first punt of the year. We're going to dial in. Hopefully the last punt of the year, but we know that's not going to be the case. Ooh, back up the middle, kind of abandoned my gap there. That's going to happen a lot. But when you're kind of scraping over, trying to get to where the running back's going to be, it's tough to stay in that lane. But over pursuing and abandoning your gap can be a bit of an issue. That's a nice tackle, though. Still 5 yards. Yeah, I don't really love man coverage here or anything. It's just a lot of fast-moving action here for UTSA. They're going to launch deep. That could be intercepted, and it's not because we suck. Darrell Brower gets hands on it. He's playing defense for a reason. I'll tell you what, I'm debating what I want to say here because, I don't know, in Madden it's different. These are like full-grown men that we're using. Here in college football, they're college kids. When I wish tragedy on them, it feels worse. But at the end of the day, this entire team is digital pixels of fake players, so I hope Brower... No, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. 2nd and 10 as we approach the end of the first quarter. McCown has this offense rocking a little bit. That could be a touchdown. Malik Lanier is just not fast enough. There's a broken tackle. A lot of these plays that don't look like anything could just turn into touchdowns with one missed tackle. We are just not fast enough. And that's going to be a big thing that I want to address in recruiting is getting better athletes. Probably the final play of the first quarter here. A lot of misdirection. We abandoned the middle of the field. That's completely my fault. Would have been nice to get any type of pressure so that time wasn't going to be infinite in the pocket, but obviously that was not the case. And we tried to take away something else. Gambled that it'd be an outbreaking route. It wasn't. At the end of one, it's UTSA 24. It doesn't feel that bad. It is, though. 24, Trenton State 0. Kai Kiernan's going to be open, though. We're forcing the bubble screen. We got blocks. No, we didn't. Hold the block. We're going to force feed Devin Bibbs here. Another jet touch pass. I love this play. And we actually do get blocks here. Bibbs with not exactly electric speed. Maybe not the best spin move I've ever seen, but a good play nevertheless. And running the football, not really working. We're going to try it here on first down. But those jet touch passes are kind of like the next best thing because we do get outside and we fumble the ball. Rayshawn battles. Oh, it is a battle to use him every time. This guy absolutely sucks. I hate my life. Martavius French making the play. God, I mean, I can't wait to rejuvenate this program. This current roster of scrubs has no heart. Absolutely none. 2nd and 10. Give to the back. He's just got infinite space. Ooh, that's going to be a big play. Yep, just, again, not fast enough. Owen McCown is dicing us up. It's not impressive, but it is happening. 1st and goal. I'd like Cardenas not to have his 3rd touchdown of the game. He's actually going to come in motion, so we're going to switch responsibility here. Give to the back. Cushing pancake touchdown, Roadrunners. Yeah, all right. Well, they're only going to drop 100 points at this rate. That's not a bad loss. Losing by 100 is admirable. That's keeping it close for our standards at this point. I'll tell you, super excited for Florida. That's going to go great. That's going to be incredible. All right, maybe no fumbles this time around. I can't really bench Rayshawn Battles because there are really not any alternatives. That play worked incredibly well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, what we're seeing is just super slow developing. Oh, that could have been picked maybe. There is a flag. It was dropped anyway. And is it going to be a hold? No. What? How are you getting up the field there? I threw the ball instantly. It'll be 2nd and 19. Actually impressive that the offensive lineman has that type of speed to get an illegal man downfield penalty. 3rd and 14. Do we float this to the tight end? Almost no way. I mean, Zach Edmond had it in his hands and obviously wasn't going to catch it. And we'll punt. And, of course, they're going to go hurry up for the entire rest of the game. And they're going to score 110 points. Ooh, nice. Right in the gap. Can't make the tackle. Robert Henry, 11 rushes for 87 yards. Looks like UTSA actually went into the huddle there for a minute. They might be cooking up something special. But they don't really have to, because everything they do is going to be successful. Oh, this is pain. Maybe we'll just try to be super aggressive and blitz like crazy. That could work. Man coverage across the board. We need players to make individually great plays. Got Jerez Hoke in the flat. McCown throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted. Jesus Christ. That's Ahmad Bourne. Ahmad Bourne with the interception. Our first takeaway in Trenton State. That's not any of the name that we are. Trenton State Titan combined at football history. We can't be stopped. Now it's time to go full momentum. Take a deep shot. Get it up in the air. Kai Kiernan can't find him. No arm strength from the quarterback. I need somebody else. That was also Denver Harris on the breakup, by the way. Former 5-star corner out of the Houston area. Texas A&M commit over Texas. Ends up being a good thing. That guy cannot stay out of trouble. 3rd and 10. Is that going to be an option? Oh, it's going to be intercepted for sure. You know what they say, throw the slant as late as humanly possible. Good things will happen. Denver Harris. I mean, you know what? I deserve that probably. 3rd and inches. They're going to go from empty here. That's interesting. Quick throw. And first down. That's going to be a touchdown. Oh, my corners are so bad. Just keep dropping back into the end zone. That's what you're defending. Where are you going? These UTSA OTC kids are going to be doing 1,000 push-ups combined. This is an unbelievable week 1 showing for us. Actually, you know what? It is incredibly believable, but that's bad. We just get that up. I know we're supposed to be throwing a screen here, but we're going to work down the field. Devin Bibbs, nice catch. Almost ends up being kind of like a back shoulder there. He's got 80 yards receiving. And we have 0 points to show for it. But, I mean, the game, what do we hope is going to happen? What is actually best case scenario? We lose by 70? Jeez, I don't know. It's a 2-minute warning. We're going to try and make this the final drive of the first half. Build up a ton of momentum, obviously. That's wide open. Devin Bibbs, he will have 100 yards receiving. Maybe even in the first half. He's been a really nice option for us so far. And if he can somehow burn here on the outside, we might have something. Although we're going to step up and scramble with Brian Pierce. First down. 2nd and 10. That's going to be a mistake, maybe? It actually ends up being a good throw, but Devin Bibbs cannot reel it in. Brian Pierce already kind of taking a beating in for us at quarterback. I don't even know that keeping him healthy is going to be a priority. He's bad. And we do find Kai Kiernan, who turns up the field. First down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. Kai Kiernan working back towards the football. Decent enough throw from Brian Pierce to lead him out into the space. Cut up the field. It's Rayshawn Battles. He's down to the 2. So working from empty here feels like a mistake. We step up. We're going to give our tight end a chance. Zach Edmond cannot catch it. Oh, you're kidding me. 3rd and goal. We've tried to run the ball before on 3rd and short. It feels like it's going to be more successful here. Kai Kiernan comes in motion. We just cut up the field and find this. Completely stuffed. Timeout. It's 3rd down, right? 4th down now. I mean, we're down 38. We're not going for it. We're not kicking a field goal. Field goals give us nothing, and these are all way too far down the field. We're going to audible to some type of stick here. 4th and goal. Maybe just rip it to Devin Bibbs here and hope he gets an inside release. Ball on the money, in his hands. Devin Bibbs cannot catch it. And again, another drive without points. Brother! What am I, Hulk Hogan? Let me tell you something, brother. Catch the ball, please. Tight end was maybe open as well, but the slant's open. You gotta catch that. You need to catch it. Also, how about Hulk Hogan popping out at the Republican National Convention? That was one of the most insane clips I've ever seen. He did a full promo on the stage at the RNC. And I'll be honest, it was electric. You can't deny it. All right, that's our first half there. Yeah, all right. Couple of interceptions. Could have been worse, honestly, up to this point. I think the offense has mostly looked good. I know that seems insane. We have 0 points. But has it really looked that bad? We've just had players in spots not make plays. That's really it. We've had our running back fumble. I, of course, threw a pick on the first play of the game. Threw a dumb pick later as well. But overall, it hasn't been so bad. We just cannot convert at all. And that obviously is a problem. But it could have looked worse up to this point, I think. Like, it'd be a whole different ballgame if we were incapable of moving the football. But we've had drives. We've sustained drives. We just have done actually nothing after that. That, I thought, had more potential. All right, we're going to look to hit, something here with this mesh. And that's going to be open. It's going to be Becker, and Becker actually has got decent speed, despite not having unbelievable size. It's a nice way to move the chains. I guess Jason Becker. Doesn't matter, he sucks, but he's on the team. But you can say that about literally the whole team. But look at that! Kai Kiernan down the field! Broken tackle, he's inside the 20. Kai Kiernan's had a nice game, and he's not a senior. So we'll have him for next year as well. He might end up being our top receiver. 3 catches for 59 yards already. He could certainly break 100. That's a legitimate possibility. As Kiernan's actually going to work out of the backfield, we try to get it to him, but not nearly enough time. 2nd and 10. I'm struggling so hard to not call Devin Bibbs Capri Bibbs every time he touches it. But Devin Bibbs inside the 5. Really nice play. That's 100 yards for him on what is technically his 9th catch, even though a few of them obviously have been designed. We're going to get Boyette in motion here, and he's going to be the recipient. Get it out to Boyette. He is upended. Loss of 1. 2nd and goal from the 3. Probably going to pass the ball here, but we can't make that decision in advance. That didn't go well. I would love nothing more than the first touchdown of the season right here. 3rd and goal. Get on the move, throw across body. How does that work? That was so dumb. Devin Bibbs, touchdown. His 10th catch of the game, and finally, we are on the scoreboard. First touchdown in Trenton State Titan history is a throw from Brian Pierce across body into the end zone for Devin Bibbs, our star receiver. We'll take it. The game, is over, but we can be excited about the little things. Build some momentum into next week where we have to take on the Florida Gators in Gainesville. Yeah, that one's going to be bad. Oh, please no touchdown here. I can't allow that. Can we just expect runs for the rest of the game? I think mostly, but there's a lot of game left. I don't think that they have to be one-dimensional. Okay. Just air trucking so we can't tackle him. Am I playing Ultimate Team? What is this? I've seen clips. I have not played an online game or Ultimate Team in like 7 years, so I really don't know. But that's part of the reason why. I'm not trying to cheese. But, to each their own, whatever. I don't... What is this design? Throwing down the field! James! Try to catch it! Lamont James with the deflection. An interception there. We would still definitely lose, but, I mean... it would look better. Throwing over the middle. How do we not make a play? What is that? We're right there. That's easy reads. Cardenas is killing me. How is that not an interception? Sure, this is going to be a run. Oh, it's not. Out to the flat. Malik Lanier can't make the tackle. First down, UTSA. RPO slant. They're never going to drop anything. So don't even really, think about that. Owen McCown still lighting us up. Interception here would be huge. Going to be an RPO. No, it's a read option, excuse me. And we're all over it. Corey Cushing. That's actually going to count as a sack, even though it really, I don't know if it should. It's a designed run. It's really more of a tackle for loss, but I'll take it. Because all of these defensive ends are going to have play style deal breakers. We're going to need to sack the quarterback. And it's going to be really difficult to do that with our current personnel. Lob laid over the field. Not what you want to do. Thankfully for UTSA, it's an incompletion instead of an interception. Really more of a throwaway. So maybe you should even call that intentional grounding without a receiver in the area. But 41-7, UTSA extends their lead. I like that we're talking trash. I don't know what the fuck you could possibly be saying. Yeah, you guys are really beating our ass right now. Just shut up. It's 41-7. It's going to be 3rd and 19. You actually get that to the tight end? There it is! Diving catch made by Zach Redmond. Oh my goodness, what an effort. Thought there was next to no chance we were going to pick that up. But Edmond kind of leaks out up the seam. Good throw from Pierce. Good block. Rayshawn Battles first down. We get another snap off before the end of the 3rd quarter. I think we might be able to. We're definitely going to try. It's going to be close. We get it with 1 second to go. That could have been a good throw, but we got bumped. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. He was getting open, and then we throw the ball to where he's going to be, and he got bumped, and he can't get out there. I hate these guys. Get him off the screen. 4th quarter. The pain for today is almost over, but there will be more to come. And that's a great effort there. That's actually our backup quarterback, McKee, making a play. The backups have come into the game as we're getting crushed. It's a chance to see some fresh faces, maybe. Davis on the outside. We have Higdon. We've seen Boyett already. It's a block and release. Release! 3rd and 16. Tight end open. We're going to just... Oh, my goodness. Totally got caught up to. How did Sims make that play? Our tight ends are terrible. The highest rated one is Zach Edmond, who's like a 60. There are multiple tight ends on the roster in the 50s. So the fact that that pass was somehow caught, unbelievable. Like, simply miraculous. As James Abel is able to pick up 8. Abel. 2nd and 2. We're going to work off play action. We have 2 receivers like on top of each other. Wide open, though, is Sims. MVP of the drive. No question. Tight ends can be the quarterback's best friend. And what a drive from the backups. Things didn't all go well, but that really wasn't too bad, as the backups are responsible for the 2nd Titan touchdown of the game. It's the freshman receiver from Maine, freshman tight end, I should say, Matt Sims. Well, all right. And all you got to do is flip UTSA's score, and we're tied right now. And that's exactly where we want to be. Tied late in the game, chance to win. Let's go. Big defensive stop. We can do it. Ooh, we did manage to injure the UTSA running back, though. You can expect a check in your locker after the game. Good job. I like how UTSA has all of their starters still in, up 41-14 in the 4th. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to do here? We stat padding against Trenton State? Nearly intercepted. Coma. Okay. Nope. Tried to make a big hit. I don't know if you could tell from the commentary. Completely whiffed. I'm so tired of this UTSA fight song I keep hearing after every first down. And there've been so many of them. Yeah, more injury. No, that's me. Greg Keaton. Walk it off. That's going to be a touchdown. Ooh, great goal line stand from our defense. Sets up 3rd and goal. We are run committing up the middle. If it's anything else, we could be in some trouble here, but that's the 2-minute warning. We're going to do it again. They're going trips right. That's interesting. They're going to pass, and they're going to throw away. All right. Goal line stand, I guess. Yeah, take your points here. How about miss because it's far left hash and it's just kind of a weird spot? No. I'm hearing this fight song in my nightmares tonight. 2-minute offense. I mean, we'll try something, I guess. Had a decent drive last time. Playing for pride at this point. And we don't really have a lot of it. There's the running back. Can we drop it in there? Oh my goodness, and Abel's still on his feet. Abel might be the starting running back by next week. James Abel, able to make an incredible grab. And Neil McKee is having a great game here. I don't think Brian Pierce actually was all that bad as soon as we settled in. Obviously, there were some rough stretches, but look at the way Neil McKee is flinging the ball down the field. Matt Sims again. I like that. He's having a great game. He's impressing. And we might have to make some depth chart changes after this one. Stepping up with Neil McKee. He's got decent enough speed to make something happen if we absolutely need him to. The offense is moving. And UTSA still probably has their starters in, as we're going to get McKee on the move. And he's ultimately effectively sacked. 3rd and 3. That ball needs to come out probably. We're going to check down to Abel. James Abel, more broken tackles, down to the 1. James Abel is the new starting running back. There's no question in my mind. James Abel, touchdown. What a drive from him. Neil McKee, James Abel, Matt Sims. We might have 3 new starters for week 2. We end up scoring 21 points. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been better. But the offense started to make moves there at the end. I'm really, for week 1, game 1, with a sub 70 overall team against an 80 plus overall team, this was not the actual absolute worst result. And they were on pace for like 100 at one point. So the fact that we were able to bounce back, and not that it's competitive at all, but, you know, bounce back and show that we're not just going to stand down and take it. You know, all right. I'm fairly happy with the results. There are positives to take out of this one. 21 points in the 4th quarter. We outscored them, or 21 points in the second half, excuse me. We outscored them 21-6 in the second half. And you wonder how much, you know, UTSA took their foot off the gas. They were big time hurry up the entire first half, even into the 3rd quarter, I want to say. So they changed their strategy. We had some coverage lapses as well. I can take responsibility for some of those. I don't want to, but I guess I can, because it's true. But yeah, I mean, there are positive takeaways that we can glean from this one. I mean, look at the rating for junior quarterback Neil McKee. 267.2. 6 of 7 for 112 and a touchdown. Averaged 16 yards per pass, by the way. Rushing was not good. We might just not be a rushing team. That is what it is. We're not a Russian team. We're an American team, mostly. We play here in Florida. Receiving, Devin Bibbs, over 100 yards, had a touchdown. Matt Sims, he's a 50 overall blocking tight end that looked like a lot more than that. 3 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. James Abel was a contributor. He is a receiving back. We have 2 guys from Bridgeton, Maine. Matt Sims and James Abel. Well, are we going to have a Maine pipeline? I don't think I can think of a worse pipeline in the world. Maybe North Dakota. Tackles for loss for Joey Maffei, Zeke Hopper, Lamont James, Corey Cushing, and Jerez Hoke. Half a sack for Corey Cushing and Zeke Hopper. With a pick for, Jesus Christ, that's Ahmad Bourne from Warwick, Rhode Island. Why are we such a New England-based team? Bridgeport, Connecticut? Well, we are locked out on Jeremiah Roseboom. I hate how it does that. Let me look at what I'm looking at. Is that crazy? Zach Veal we're locked out on. Terrell Hillis locked out on. But big news for Henry Streeter. Moses Butts. We are number 1. And the tight end Tyler Branham. We are number 1 on 2 3-stars and a 4-star. 2, of course, at quarterback. both scramblers. One is a bust who looks very good. One is a gem who looks less good. And a big-time vertical threat tight end that could be a real difference maker for us on offense. And the thing with using such a terrible team, Trenton State, is that a lot of these guys will be forced to play as freshmen. So we're trying to recruit, the best players possible. And I think we're going to be able to end up landing Moses Butts and Henry Streeter, which means we probably are not going to push on George Uwazuke just because I don't want to go head-to-head with South Carolina. He's only got 85 throw power. He is an athlete with 90 speed, but like ball carrier vision isn't anything crazy. Is he really going to be worth going after? I don't really even know if he's a quarterback, to be fair. But I think we're going after our QBs and not really a need to add another one. But that's going to do it for episode 1 of Trenton State Titans Dynasty. Currently pursuing 2 very talented quarterbacks. They're not within the top 500 of the class, and they're not even within the top 50 of their position. But I think can be difference makers for us, both fairly local as well. I think it's registering my school as being in Alabama, which is extremely frustrating. But we're in a pretty good spot here. We will end it by upgrading coach skills here. For right now, I think we want these quarterbacks, and we don't want them to commit tomorrow. We want them to commit today. So we're going to do recruiting actions have bigger impacts on quarterbacks. When we simulate, that's going to take effect. And then 5 points remaining. I do want to focus, I think, a lot on getting better defensive players. And, the secondary is going to be a big thing with that. So are the pass rushers. I think linebackers probably are going to be tertiary of those 3. But we'll do linemen or defensive linemen because we haven't really added a ton of those guys to the board yet. And that's just where we are right now. Things are looking up because we could bring in 2 big quarterback recruits. But we got a long way to go. This team sucks. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.